screen, green eco. Anyway, so the Jak and Daxter lore, right? So it starts with Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy, where Jak and Daxter didn't listen to the Green Sage, so they're going to the Dark Eco Island because, you know, they're rebel teenagers.
What's the Green Sage?
So there's this guy called
his name is Samus.
Samus Aran?
Nope, Samus the Green Eco Mage. So,
What?
I'm coming out, I guess. Alright.
There's still like a bunch of guys left in this room. I don't know where you guys are running on.
Alright, so basically what happens, right, is Jak don't listen to the Green Sage, right? Samus, right? So they go to the Misty Island, which is like full of dark eco and evil creatures and shit, and no one's supposed to go there because it's dangerous. And they go there and they find this giant vat of dark eco, you know, evil energy. And so Daxter falls into it and turns into an otter, an axle.
That's where we'll find Draxus.
An axolotl, right? Not an axolotl, an otzel, an otter weasel thing, and nothing happens to Jak because Jak doesn't fall into it. And so they go to the Green Sage, and Samus is like, "Yo, man, why'd you guys do that? You're stupid." And so he makes them go through a training place. And so then they have to collect power cells to power stuff up, so they can get across to the island, go talk to the Dark Eco Sage, right? And so when they go talk to, they go throughout. They find out that all the sages are missing, and they find out at the end of the game that the Dark Eco Sage is actually reviving this giant precursor robot to take over the world. So Jak has to harness. By the way, Jak has the ability to harness and channel all eco, and so Jak has to harness all the eco and make white eco to defeat him. And you can either defeat them with the white eco or cure Daxter. But Daxter, you know, the selfless otzel he is, decides, you know, we should probably stop it from ending the world. And then so you beat the game, and then if you get 100% in the game, collect all 101 power cells, you unlock this time travel portal, right? And so that's where Jak 2 starts place. So in Jak 2, right, you got it starts at the end of the game, that, you know, where we already were, and so you go through time, and then you end up in New Haven City in the future, right? So Jak gets kidnapped and tortured, right? With Dark Eco, which means he loses his ability to channel Eco, right? And so, he wakes up in the prison after Daxter frees him. We'll go to the PSP game, but we're just talking about the trilogy right now. And so, he now has a dark form called Dark Jak. And so, basically, when he gets angry or he gets too much Dark Eco in him, he turns into Dark Jak and he can claw, shoot off purple electricity and stuff. And throughout the game, you go to the Resistance to find the other two people you came with, the Green Sage, Samus, whatever his name is, I keep forgetting, and Kira, his daughter, which is, you know, also Jak's love interest. But throughout this, you're also trying to kill Baron Praxis because he tortured you, right? Right? Alright. Are you keeping up, Wyatt?
So when's the ASMR series coming out? Where you describe?
Alright, back to what I was saying. And so you go throughout the game collecting stuff to, you know, kill Baron Praxis, but then you find out the Metalheads, which are these new enemies. There's no more lurkers or shit. And so, yeah, so you're trying to defeat the Metalheads and also, you know, help New Haven City. And you find this kid after you break out of prison, and this kid is like a mute, right? Like Jak used to be, but Jak can speak now because he's edgier now because it's they decided to adapt it to be more like GTA. But so it's edgier now. They say words like piss and damn. Yeah, and you can hijack cars.
Me walking into a cutscene. Piss. Whoa.
You
man.
pissed me
chill
off.
out.
Yeah, no, and then so you find Baron Praxis, and you get the Mar, by the way, is the city's hero. And so you get to this, you get this artifact. You go to the vault, and you find out this giant metalhead thing that you're supposed to be killed. That's supposed to be dead is the guy who gave you the mute kid. And you find out that the mute kid is actually Jak, as a kid.
Oh my God.
And then you find out that the future. You're not in it. You're not in the future. You're in the future. You didn't get sent to some like city, and then we
went back to the future to go to the past.
Yes, okay. And so after you defeat the boss, you send Samos, you know, his younger self, because he's in this timeline. You send the younger Samos, and then you send young Jak to the past for the events of Jak 1 to take place. Alright? And then a year after Jak 2, after you saved the city, you killed Baron Praxis, you killed this giant mob boss, right? So, yeah, you're sitting there, the city's under attack by metalheads, the city's council, blames it on Jack and throws him into the wasteland, and so he ends up in the city. I don't remember the city's name, but I'm pretty sure the leader's name is Spargus. Spargus. It's Spargus. That's the city's name. All right, and so yeah. So the city council people come and kick you out, and are all like, "Yo, Jack, your dark eco powers makes you," and so you wake up in the waste. Okay. All right, yeah. So and you get there, and then you fight your way out of a gladiator arena, and then you start doing works for the city's leader, and then the city council people come back and like, "Hey, Jack, we need you. The city's under attack." And Jack says, "That's cool. You ditched me. I don't care." And they go, "But Jack," and so Jack goes, helps fight off some metalheads. And then you find out that the evil version of the precursors, the dark precursors, are actually coming to destroy Earth because they went to space to destroy a whole bunch of, like, planets and shit because they're evil, because they got corrupted by their own creation, Dark Eco. And throughout the game, you find Dark Eco crystals that hone your Dark Eco powers, but unlock a new kind of Eco called Light Eco. It's not White Eco, Light Eco, completely different things. All right, and so as you're doing that, you end up going to a precursor vault where Deeger, an evil guy, kills the leader of Spargus, which you find out is actually Jack's dad, right? Crazy. And then as you go into this vault, the precursor vault, you go down there and you find out the precursors are actually Otzels, the same thing that Daxter is, right? And that they just use big scary robots and stuff to, you know, make themselves seem scary. Anyways, and so they equip Jack with the final piece of a set of precursor armor, and then you drive a car, because driving is very important in this game for some reason. You drive this car, and you beat up this giant precursor robot that shows up. You destroy it. You're the hero, and then the Otzels take you out into space, but actually they don't, because you show up right behind Dax after they leave, and Daxter finally gets some pants. And that's the lore of the first 3 games. I could talk about we could talk about Jack X, which is canon, and then Jack Lost Frontier, which isn't canon. Anyways, this is going to be a YouTube clip.